Christmas is a time for playing games with other people. If you want, I mean, it is up to you. I'm not about to tell you how to spend your Christmas. But if you do fancy it, Christmas is of course a cracking time for playing games on the sofa with your family, with your friends, and especially with people who don't usually play games. You know what I mean. If I asked you what time of the year are you most likely to get your Nain and taid playing games, exactly mate, it's Christmas, isn't it? But which games do you play? Which games are the most fun to play in a room full of people? Probably people who are all in a good mood, having a drink and stuff. You want something accessible. You want something palatable. You want something that doesn't have 5 hours of cutscenes in somehow the first 3 hours of the game, Red Dead Redemption 2. We've picked 6 games that we think are absolutely ideal for a bit of festive gaming. All of our picks are playable in local multiplayer, so you can share the fun, pass the controllers around, and have a nice time. I bloody love Christmas. Here are 6 games that are absolutely perfect to play with a family this Christmas. There aren't many local co-op games these days, but the ones that are there, some of them are really quite good. You just have to know where to look, really. Rocket League is one of my top picks for playing when people come around and stuff, just mainly because it's a lot of fun. Really accessible, people know what to do. Just get the ball, put it in the goal. It's like football, isn't it? But with cars, that's the basic, it's easily the best way to describe it. There's a reason why it's so popular, it's because it's very simple. Get the ball, put it in the goal. Everyone understands. You kick it in football, but you just knock it with a car in this game. You can jump, you can boost, you can do some other stuff like go up the sides of the arena and stuff. And it's a lot of fun, physics-based, team-based as well, but you can have 2 players per team, you can have 4 players per team. There's a lot of flexibility and variety, and that makes it a lot of fun. It's really chaotic, and I think the fact that you can just sit there with more than one person on the sofa playing this game, passing the control around in these tight little, very short games, concentrated little bursts of fun. It's perfect. It's ideal for this kind of thing. Rocket League, that's my pick.
So my first pick for a local multiplayer game you can have a go at over Christmas is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. Mario Kart is a tried and tested series. Anyone can pick it up easily enough. You've got all the different difficulty modes. You've got 50cc, 100cc, 150cc. So there's a skill level for everyone. And a good thing about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is they actually put in the handy little assist mode. If you've got a family member who maybe doesn't play games all that often, turn on assist mode for them and it'll take care of all the hard bits for them, like the steering, the drifting, take care of all of it. So yeah, Mario Kart 8, it's a game for everyone and everyone can enjoy it, so consider having a go with it this Christmas.
A really good co-op game to play this Christmas, or anytime really, but it tends to be Christmas for me, is Mario Party. Any of them really. There's a new one out on the Switch actually, so that's what I'm going to be playing this year, but hey, any of them, the same rules apply. It's a fun Mario-based board game that is a lot of mini games and on some sort of Monopoly board, and there's, bits where you get sent back to the beginning and you're basically hunting to collect stars and you'll be awarded stars for completing challenges, betraying your friends and family. There's lots of great opportunities to have a laugh and also arguments with your family and friends, which is pretty much guaranteed to happen, especially at the end with the awards ceremony where they give you stars for really silly reasons like not getting any coins, genuinely being bad. Great for people who are bad, but if you've ever become top of the Mario Party ladder and then not won because of the after party award ceremony bit after, it's crazy. So anyway, Mario Party is a really good game to play around Christmas, but it's a bit like Monopoly. If you aren't sure of where you stand in the family, get prepared for probably some arguments in it.
If you do really want to actually cooperate when you're playing some local multiplayer though, your options are pretty limited. One great choice though is Rayman Legends. Now this is a 2D platformer that's just so fun and light and colourful and really feels satisfying to play. I can't really put a finger on explaining how or why it's good. And that to me says a lot. If you can't really identify why you're enjoying something, it's just like a mix of all sorts of things. It's just a really satisfying mechanics, really nice sound, really good visuals. You play it with a really young kid, play it when you're an old person, I imagine, probably an old person could play it. but it's a lot of fun. Rayman Legends is quite overlooked, I think, as well. And if it wasn't for the fact that they gave it away for free on PlayStation Plus, I probably wouldn't have played it. And that is a crime, frankly. And my way of, you know, apologising for that and atoning is by recommending that other people do buy it and play it as a party game over Christmas. It's perfect for that. Very good game.
Due to some slight technical difficulties, I have to redo this bit, so sorry about that. But anyway, let's hear that second pick. Cuphead is a side-scrolling shooter platformer inspired by the likes of Contra, and it has support for 2-player co-op, both locally and online. Now, it might not be the most family-friendly game out of the bunch, with the occasional bit of dark humour thrown in there, but it has a cracking art style inspired by animation from the 1930s, and there's a wonderfully jazzy soundtrack to accompany the visuals. But the game is also very, very difficult, and it will probably test the patience of most people, especially in co-op, because the game actually gets harder to account for 2 players. However, if you can make it through a level without tearing each other to pieces, then Cuphead is an immensely satisfying game, and there's nothing like the feeling of conquering a level after many attempts. So if you really feel like testing the bonds between you, your friends and your family, then give Cuphead a try this Christmas. You won't regret it. Or you might. I don't know.
The second pick is Overcooked 2, right? The sequel to Overcooked won a BAFTA. It was like, oh, the best co-op game of 2015 or whatever. Well, this one's just built on it. It's just added loads of stuff to it. You can play a platypus in it if you want, only if you've got the Switch version. It's a co-op game where you take over a kitchen, a pretty crazy kitchen. Kitchens in the mines, kitchens on a hot air balloon, kitchens where earthquakes are happening, and you've all got to work together to make salad and rice and that for people. Sometimes it's burgers, sometimes it's onion soup, and rats come and take the tomatoes. What's guaranteed is you're going to be playing this game and either communicating or failing, but you are going to be having a nice time. Again, unless you're in a very argumentative relationship with the people you're playing it with, friends or family, you will argue. I'm quite a relaxed guy, but I do get quite bossy when I play this, but it works out very well. Me and my partner play it. Me and Mike play it. We don't even have to talk. We have to shine in. It's really good. My favourite thing about Overcooked is when you play it online and other people work really hard to make dishes, and then you could just run over, steal their dishes and throw it down a pit. That's honestly the best thing ever, because they get really angry and they can only portray their emotion through use of like swearing emotes. It's properly funny. Overcooked is probably one of the most fun games I've played this year in general, never mind co-op, and if you haven't got it, it's an absolute must. Not only is it the best party game, best family game, it might be the best multiplayer game this year. I've said it now. Overcooked 2, baby.
So that was 6 games that are absolutely perfect to play with a family this Christmas. What would you pick? What party games will you be whipping out to use with 2 controllers at the same time for the first time since probably last Christmas? Let us know down in the comments. We've barely scratched the surface here. There's actually a lot of games to pick once you start thinking about it. We can't wait to hear your suggestions. Remember to like and subscribe if you happen to enjoy this video. You can check us out on Patreon if you want to support the channel, and we're on Twitter as well. Thanks for watching. Have a nice Christmas. Bye.